Hey geometry students, we're going to look at Unit 1, Lesson 10, Rigid Transformations. This is the ability to move a shape from one place to another using translation, rotation, and reflection. So our learning goals, here we have 3 in this lesson. Given a figure and the description of a transformation, I can draw the figure's image after the transformation. So I've got a figure, I've got some directions on moving it, I then move it and I have a new picture. Number 2, I can describe the sequence of transformations necessary to take a figure onto another. So we have an original figure, we have an image. Can you come up with a series of directions to move the original to the image? I know that rigid transformations result in congruent figures. So if I have one figure and I do a rigid transformation to get a new figure, those two figures are actually the same figure in two different locations. Same size, everything. All right, a lot of new vocabulary for this lesson. So an assertion is a statement that you think is true, but have not yet proved. So this is, we're going to say, oh, I believe this, and then we go on and try and prove it. Congruent. One figure can be taken onto a second using a sequence of translations, rotations, and reflections. So we move an original to an image, and those two are the exact same shape, just in two different locations. Image. If a transformation takes A to A prime, then A is the original and A prime is the image. So it's just a way of saying that we're going to take an original and move it to a new location, which we typically call the prime. Rigid transformation, a translation, rotation, or reflection, and a sequence of these. So a rigid transformation could be doing one thing or more. So we could just do a translation, a quick translation, or we could do 2 translations, or a translation and a reflection, or even more than that. A theorem is a statement that has been proved mathematically. So one way to think about this is we make an assertion, then we mathematically prove it to turn it into a theorem. All right, so we have a notice and wonder today. My picture, I've hand drawn it. It's not quite as nice as the online version. So if you want to go to the online version and look at it and get a better idea of what this should look like, feel free to do that. But we want to have 2 notices and 2 wonders. So 2 things that when you look at this, they strike you and you notice, and 2 things that you are questioning, that you want a little bit more information to give you a better sense of what's going on. So we have a figure here, which can possibly create another figure, and we can have a line of reflection and another figure down there. So kind of come up with 2 things that you notice and 2 things that you wonder about this, and that will start our discussion tomorrow in class. Thanks.